All right, you guys, welcome to the team call. It is April 10th, right? Yes. And I'm so excited for our call tonight. We have a guest speaker that is somebody that I watched her Power Pockets video on the Beachbody Champions page, which I think most of you guys have probably watched it too, because I think we've shared it in the team page like 5 times probably. But I watched it. Actually, I listened to it first and then I watched it again, and I just loved how simple Keisha made this business seem. Not easy, but simple, and how we can fit it in our day no matter how much time we had. So I reached out to her the other day and I was just like, hey, you don't know me, but I really like what you're doing. And hey, we're both physical therapists. But anyway, so I was like, hey, I would love you to just pour into my team, kind of let us know what you've been doing. And so we started talking, and she tells me that last year she was, barely hitting Success Club 10, didn't have a ton of coaches, even on the board, much less hitting Success Club. And now, today, they are a 5-star qualifying team hitting incredible Success Club numbers. And it's not just her. She has a ton of coaches who are hitting Success Club. And I was just like blown away. I was like, okay, you got to tell me your secrets, and of course she's like, I don't have secrets. It's just, I do simple things. And so you guys, she signed up as a coach in July 2015. Like we said, if you guys were on here, she has her doctorate in physical therapy. We actually graduated PT school the same year. And she's also been married for 10 years. They have 2 kids. How do you say your daughter's name?
It's Ainsley.
Ainsley. That's what I was going to say. She's 6, and then she has a little boy, Knox. Is he 2 or 3? 3.
He's 3.
Yeah. And she was just saying how he was like making them not want to have any more kids. So I'm hoping my Knox doesn't turn into that. But anyway, she is a Success Club 10 All-Star. Her team is it, do you say hashtag the Legacy Project, or is it just the Legacy Project?
Just the Legacy Project. Hashtag just purely for social media.
Hashtag. I totally understand. And like I said, they are a 5-star qualifying team. They are on the road to elite, and they are doing it together. And I think a lot of the qualities that she spoke about in her Power Pockets video remind me a whole lot of this team. And so I'm really, really excited to have her here tonight. And I'm just going to hand it over to you. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me. I appreciate it. So, hey, everyone, I really appreciate you guys having me on the call. It's still super odd to me when people ask me to lead their call. And honestly, I was like super weirded out to be on the Beachbody Champion stage. So I'm really glad that call helped you guys. And, it seems to have helped a lot of people, which was super surprising to me. But I appreciate the love on there as well. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to you guys. First of all, I just want you to know, like, I'm super normal. I think so often when people see people have success in Beachbody, they think like, oh, they're like the supernatural human. And no, I'm just small town girl from Kentucky, a mom. Like, yes, I'm a PT, but I'm just really normal. And so know that if I can do this, like, you can do it too. I think we hear that a lot in the network, but it's just honestly the truth. So anyways, Haley talks a little bit about my team. And I'll tell you just a little short bit about my coaching story. If you watch the Beachbody Champions page, you already know a little bit about that, so I won't bore you with it forever. And then we'll get right to kind of what changes that we have made on our team that has made a big difference for us. So back, I would say, last summer, if you were in the coaching network last year, it was just a tough year for Beachbody as a whole. A lot of people had team members quit and leaders quit, and there was just a lot going on in the network. And, I've always said, like, I have never wanted to be Beachbody famous, never cared about that. It's not the reason why I, became a coach. And, I never really like show up in the groups a whole lot, but, of course I scope them out. And, that energy was super negative in a lot of my upline groups and stuff. And I just kind of stayed out of that. And my direct upline coach was stepping back from the business and was, kind of negative in a negative spot too, and had a lot of things going on in her life. And then my upline was kind of the same. And so it really I don't know, Debbie Downered me for a bit. And so last summer I had this moment where I was like, okay, Keisha, you've been doing this for a while. It's time for you to make a decision. You're going to do it, or you just need to get out. Of course I would never leave Beachbody completely. Shakeology, Beachbody programs, changed my life. I'm a lifer. I'm super convicted in what we had to offer. And I'll talk about that a little bit as we go on. But I was just kind of at this spot where, it's either game on or game over. You need to do something. So I decided that despite all of those things, despite my leaders quitting, despite whatever, this business is about me. I can make it happen. And I knew that I had a good team. I did have, coaches, and I've had people with me since the beginning. And sometimes people are like, oh, you're just attracting the wrong people. You're not attracting workers, whatever. Kind of call bull crap on that, because honestly I was super self-reflective in the mirror, and I loved my team. I loved my girls. Some were my really good friends, and I was looked in the mirror and I'm like, no, Keisha, what if you're not leading them in the way they need to be led? What if you take the blame on you and quit blaming on other people and feeling frustrated with your coaches because they're not doing what you're doing and all those kind of things? So I was just kind of you know what? No, I like my team, but I'm not making things duplicatable for them. That was the end of it. Things weren't very duplicatable, and I had to figure out what to do to change that, and how I could lead differently, and how I could empower them to believe in themselves and share the gifts that we have. So yeah, at this time, I've been a 1-star lifetime diamond coach for a while because I got my husband there, but he had since fallen, and I was setting that diamond. And so I started working with a couple of coaches. So I got to 2-star, by October. So it qualified me. Well, I guess I qualified before then a little bit for new leader. So that got me all pumped up or whatever. And guys, I opened that second business center, and that gets you all excited. And then me and that other coach and stuff, we were just kind of talking. I just had this come to Jesus moment that okay, we need to change things up. So so the biggest thing is I made a decision. It's the very first point. It was just straight up a decision. Okay. So at this time we were number 600 or something in the network, which is still decent. Right. We're number 600 in the network. But I looked at our downline in November, and I realized that not only I had recruited 2 coaches in November, okay, and my organization had recruited 3. I was like, this is a problem. There's no duplication. I was hitting Success Club. My one diamond was hitting Success Club. No one else was hitting Success Club. I have team calls too, and I have a bunch of people that show up on my team calls. I had people trying again, but there was a disconnect. So I was like, okay, big problem. So I was like, okay. I decided in December, of course, we knew 80 Day Obsession was launching. And I was like, I'm going to get behind this launch. Okay. And so I really, really will and I don't know how many of you guys have done 80 Day Obsession or are doing it now, but getting behind launches is huge. I haven't always done it in my business. Huge mistake. Getting behind the 80-day launch and committing to that, and getting my team to commit to that, and getting as many people to do that with us was huge. So what we did was really start using the power of the test group that Autumn had, the power of getting people started with a coaching opportunity, which you're going to have that opportunity again this summer with Lift 4. So you just need to be getting yourself ready and pumped up for that. You've got to get yourself, you're ready, you're doing Lift 4. If you want to grow your business, you're doing Lift 4. And so you just got to get there. And so we started to really harness that. We decided at the time, and Haley has said that you guys do everything together, which is awesome. I had done that at one point in my business, broke away from that, a huge mistake. Was really reflective, was we need to bring this in together, because I had to really look at my team. My team is people like me, okay? They're busy moms, okay? Even if they're a stay-at-home mom, let's be real. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom a couple days a week, and I work a couple days a week. And honestly, the days that I go to work are a little bit easier than the days that I stay home with my kids, okay? So whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a professional mom, life is busy, okay? And that's the women that are on my team. So life's busy, and I was asking them to run their own challenge groups. I was asking them to, like, create images on Canva, like all this stuff, right? So they're super overwhelmed, and they couldn't focus on just like the basics. I was also teaching a power hour, which again, my video Beachbody Champions talks about how I changed the game with that. I really recognized myself that I didn't build this business with the freaking power hour. I built it in pockets of time. So I started teaching my team that. So really making everything duplicatable for them, and really getting a united front. So my team name was always the Legacy Project, but I guess I had encouraged my other like teammates to like create their own team, right? Like, what's your team name? Like all those kind of things. And again, in this reflective moment in time, I was like, no, like, I don't care. Like, it's better together. Like, we are so much better together. Like, the Legacy Project is not just mine. Like, it's yours too. Like, you were attracted to the Legacy Project. Like, you were attracted to me or somebody on our team for a reason. Like, we're better together. There's things that I suck at that other coaches are really good at on my team. And when I bring a challenger in, like, it's a disservice to them if I'm just their coach. Like, everyone, they should get all of my team, right? So really just like doing everything together and really empowering my coaches to really know that they're a part of something bigger, and really establishing that mission. And our mission is really to, help women and their families. And that's something else we changed from just a women focus to more of a family focus. Women and their families find their health and happiness. I'm huge on mindset. I preach it to my team, and we really preach it within our group. And so it's about more than just health and fitness, okay? It's about really just knowing the gift that you have. And so I think that's something else is, I don't know, if you're a newer coach on here, or if you struggle with inviting and talking to people about it and worried about feeling salesy and all those kind of things, like, I encourage you, like, if you're on this call right now, Beachbody has changed your life. Like, you can't doubt that, or you would not be here, okay? We're not offering women mascara, okay? Like, nothing against that or whatever. Like, I buy mascara from women online. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But what you have to offer is such a darn gift. And your success as a coach 100% depends on your conviction about what you have to offer people. It's huge. It has transformed my life in such a positive and powerful way in every aspect of my life that I had to change. I was once like so scared, like a doctor of physical therapy. I don't want to be a part of network marketing. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be salesy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was totally that for so long, even though Beachbody had changed my life, but I was still hesitant. When I finally like shook myself to realization of what I have has completely transformed my life, and started sharing it from that place that, guys, like, it's changed my life. I'm not selling you anything. I'm sharing with you the tools that has changed my life, and I'm saying I'm here to help you change yours. That's powerful. Now, like, inviting's my favorite. If there's not a freaking enough time in the day for me to reach out to all the women that need this, all the families that need this. And so I not only had to recognize that for myself, but I had to shake my team to reality. And so I had to really help them to recognize, like, you can't hesitate. You have to know with complete conviction, like, what you have. And if you don't have that and you're on this call, I'm telling you, your business depends on it. You have to have it. If you don't have it, if you're not a 100% true believer in Shakeology, if you don't truly believe in our programs, if you don't truly believe in the gift that you have to offer people, you'll always struggle. You will. And no one can give you that. You have to find it within yourself. So I challenge you to find that passion and find that fire, and then, like, give that to people on social media. They really, really need it. So we I challenged my team to find that, and we rallied together to everybody was like, I mean, so right. It was like this mind switch for everyone. And so not only did we start sharing on social media, more and more about it, and not just like, if you follow me or anybody on our team, like, no, most people have no idea that I'm affiliated with Beachbody. Like, I don't say Beachbody. It doesn't even say Beachbody Coach in my profile. The only time like Beachbody is mentioned if I do an income disclaimer, because I have to, or I'm getting some kind of recognition. So people like, I want people to know about the Legacy Project. So my entire team started hashtagging the Legacy Project when we would talk about things. And that's been huge for us. Huge. It's been such a powerful thing because you guys are here right now because, let's face it, we just talked about Beachbody being a gift and all that it has to offer. But community is huge. Gosh, so many women need community. They need to feel like they are a part of something bigger. That's how I say, like, I've just always known that I was meant for something big. Like, that sounds weird to some people, but to me, like, just truly, I've always known that I was meant to do something more. I thought PT was that. Then I got into PT and I'm like, nope, it's not that. So I just always knew that I was supposed to do something more. And so women need community and friendship. And motherhood is isolating. Like, it can really be. So just to, like, people want to be a part of something. So hashtagging the Legacy Project, people ask me all the time, or people show up in all of our inboxes all the time, what is the Legacy Project? And for us, it's the best question that we can have because we have so much to share about it. Because it's not just the health and fitness, it's all of it, okay? So that's been really big. So finding that, speaking about it on social media, not just doing the sweaty selfies, like being super reflective, speaking truth on social media. It doesn't matter if everybody likes it. The people that you want to attract are going to be the ones that love it and appreciate you for who you are. I always say embrace the journey, live your truth. Like, every single day, live your truth. Like, find out who you are and embrace that and speak it to people. Okay, so the first thing I did was make a decision. The second thing was we really tried to make things duplicatable. So again, we have the huge group that everybody puts everything into, right? Power Pockets changed the game for us, and suddenly we were hitting, everyone was able to hit Success Club in the pockets of life, okay? And then I instill belief in my team and empower them with the gift they have. So we are been throughout 80 days has totally changed the game for my team. 100%. It's been 80-day obsession. It's changed my body. It's changed I've not had one person not have success. I've never had so many before and after photos to share on social media that came from 80-day obsession. So what happened with us is we got a lot of new people, and I wasn't sure how this was going to happen, but in December we really talked about this new Abs and Beauty test group that we were going to be a part of, and offering other people to be a part of it too, which of course meant signing them up as a coach, which everybody has different perspectives on this, and I've waxed and waned in different ways, and everybody builds their business differently, so it's really just what speaks the most true to you. But for me, what speaks the most true to me is offering people, signing them up as a coach from the beginning. Because for me, the retention rate is higher if people are getting a discount. I don't allow my mom or my sister to buy Shakeology without the discount. Like, if I'm truly coming from a place that, like, I care about these people and not the money, like not feeling icky, then I should offer them that from the beginning. So that's what I started doing, and 80-day kind of gave me that confidence to do that from the beginning, because they also got to be a part of the test group with Autumn, which was super cool and motivational for them, right? So we started offering that from the beginning. So we had a huge influx. So I told you in November, or it was November, December, I think November, we had signed, there was 3 new coaches in my organization. In December, there was more. And then in January, we ended January with 79 new coaches in the organization. So game changer, right? We had belief, we were committed, we were all about the launch, we were all about sharing with people the test group and what it could offer them. We weren't hashtagging 80-day obsession. Nobody knew it was 80-day obsession. We were talking about this opportunity that we had with the Legacy Project, not with Beachbody, with the legacy project, and that we were willing to help other women be a part of this test group too, with this trainer too. We are there to help do it together. Let's change our lives together, right? So community, talking about all of those kind of things. So we got a bunch of people on with us, and then we were like, okay, so we got all these people doing this with us. Now, like, what's going to happen? Are they just going to like do the program and like that be it? Or they're already signed up as coaches. Can we instill and empower them to do something more? So one of the questions Haley asked me to share was, how do we get coaches? How do we attract business building coaches? So again, going back to the basics, the very first thing, I help them to sign up as a coach and get the discount. They can always cancel within 30 days. They'll never be charged the $15, right? Like, there's no risk for them. They know everything up front, not trying to hide a flipping thing. And so that's what it is. But I don't pour the business opportunity down their throat. I'm not even talking to them about it right now. My job as their coach is I want them to be a believer. I want them to fall in love with our community and the products and everything that we have to offer. And so the first part was just getting them really pepped up and started, right? Getting them in on 80-day obsession, getting them going. So a couple of weeks in, what's happening? Those of you that's followed, like, they're pumped. They're seeing changes in their body. They're feeling so good and happy and healthy and all of these things. And they're going to work with their Shakeology cup. They're doing all these things, and people are asking them what they're doing. Right? This business is so freaking simple. We overcomplicate it. So everybody's asking them what they're doing. So I was just simply, talking to my people every day, mentoring them, whatever, pepping them up in the group and all that kind of stuff. And I was, saying like, hey, I know people's probably asking you what you're doing. Like, let me know if you have any friends or family that want to jump in with us too. We'll put them in the legacy project. I'll help you coach them, like, no pressure about that. And I'll help you sign them up so that you earn a referral bonus from Beachbody and help you get your products paid for too. That takes the pressure off everything for them. They get to bring their friends and family a part of a community that's already changing their life, introduce them to a program and products that's already changing their life. And guess what? They're gonna make some money. That was the one thing I realized was like, cool, I was making a decent income with coaching back in October, November, whatever, but my coaches weren't making any money. Like, money speaks. Like, yeah, you're in this business because you love to help people and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But let's not even remotely act like money doesn't matter, because it does. Every single one of you want to be a 5-star above coach because you want the money. I mean, really, you want the money. So help empower your challengers that are signed up as coaches to make money, and help a friend or family member. And then when their friend or family member is super pumped up about it too, I just encourage people to just keep paying it forward, right? And the first time that they get money in their account and that helped them pay for their Shakeology or their supplements or whatever, they're like, oh, Beachbody, like, I didn't realize, like, I made $80 for getting my friend started. Like, that's pretty cool. And so then I'm like, yeah, it's it. Like, that's all coaching is. You're being a product of the product and you're sharing it with people in your life. Like, that's it. And so when people realize how simple it is, suddenly they're interested in the business. And what I help them to do from the beginning is sign that friend or family member up again as a coach. They're committing to 80-day obsession. If they're doing Shakeology and the performance line, I'm saving them $60 to $70 a month while they're doing the program to continue to get their supplements. So I have helped that coach who just came in as a challenger to start feeling better about themselves, pay it forward to friends and family, and then help them to sign their first coach with their friend or family member, right? That's it. That's how simple this business is. And then the friend and family member in there, they know me too. I help them, talk to them about the same things a couple of weeks in when they're feeling good, and help them pay it forward too. It's really that simple. And everybody, like, and again, I don't pour the business down people's throat. They see me having success in the business. They see our team having success in the business. Challengers are hashtagging the Legacy Project all over social media. They're pumped about what they're into. And so it's just a natural progression for people to want to not only coach, but work the business, because the business is seriously just sharing something that has changed their life. They have to be a product of the product first. They have to have belief in themselves, and they just simply just pay it forward to other people. Like, that's it. I feel like for so long, I overcomplicated the business. And it was like, oh, do you want to be a business builder or a hobby coach? Which one do you want? And people are like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, that's the thing. Like, this seems like normal conversation for us because we're like been doing this for a while. But people are like, hobby coach, business builder? Like, sure, I want to make six figures. Can I really make six figures? No, probably not. Hobby coach, like, like people have no freaking clue. So you have to like empower them and show them, and they have to be super passionate about it. Again, can't drag somebody through the mud. If they're like, whatever, I don't like Shakeology, this is stupid, whatever. I don't care if you're like, you be the best coach in the world. If they're not into it, they're not into it. Don't like be there, support them as your challenger, but let it go. And so I think like that's the biggest thing is be proof of the product's work. Help gift it to other people. Help them change their lives too. Encourage them to pay it forward to their friends and family in just a very simple way. And if I have, if I have a challenger who's like, yeah, my coworker's asking about it, but I'm not sure what to tell her about all the options. I'm like, hey, introduce us on social media. Put me in a three-way message. I don't mind at all to talk to her, right? So then I talk to her. And then if they're going to do it, then I help walk my new challenger coach through Share a Cart, doing it, getting her enrolled, instead of me taking that referral. I used to do that, but my vision's bigger than that. It's bigger than that one-time commission. I want to empower other people I tell this to my team all the time, Beachbody has changed your life, allow the business to change your life too. Allow it to do it. Take down the walls. Just share with people. So pay it forward, helping them to sign coaches and feel confident about signing coaches and offering that to them, and just helping them make money. It makes all the difference in the world. And then suddenly when they have 3 or 4 friends that trust them and are doing this too and feeling good and they're help paying it forward, suddenly you have developed leaders who are confident in themselves, who are dedicated to the business, and they see the bigger picture with Beachbody. Where before I could have put them in all the trainings of the world, they could listen to every national wake-up call, but it didn't matter. They didn't truly believe they could do it, right? And so then when they have some success, they really see the bigger picture with the business. So I think that's really all I have. I'm totally open to take questions. I see some stuff in the chat, but I totally have to ignore it until I'm ready.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, but does anybody have any questions yet? I'll go. Okay, I have a question. So we do things very similarly. Is that a word? So with y'all's challenge group, last year we ran into like our challenge group being like 600 people by the end of the year, which is good in some aspects, and it's really hard and difficult in other aspects. So at the beginning of the year, we were like, well, let's try doing 30-day groups and then like graduating them to like our bigger group. And so we started that, and then our 30-day group started getting bigger and bigger. It's great problems to have. But I'm just curious, y'all just do one group as a team and it's ongoing for the year? Do you have like start dates that you guys talk about to like get those, to kind of get the fire under people that are, dragging their feet to sign up? Or how do you guys go about doing that?
Yeah, so I looked before I jumped on. We have 650, and we're in March, April in our big ongoing group. We just do the one group. I've done similar like that you're talking about, do a 30-day group and graduating group or whatever. But what I found personally, and like that's the beauty of this business, everybody's going to do what works for them and their team.
Sure.
And I can't even like sit here and pretend like this is how we'll do it forever. Like we may decide, to change things up at some point. But for me, the problems that I had was, first of all, I hate opening and closing groups. I just feel like the transition is just a lot. So I was just like, what's really the point? And I was kind of looking at like, what held me back? Like what value did I feel like just one 30-day group offered people? And so I felt like it was like prep week and just like getting them like excited or whatever. Well, what I found is I made everything duplicatable. Again, I'm all about duplication. So we have a big file in our big ongoing group. So when a new coach adds them to the group, They announce them, and then they tag them in this file. So it's just says, welcome new boot camper. We call them boot campers. And it like walks them through BOD, like all of those kind of general questions. And then at the bottom, they click and it takes them to another document that's prep week. Okay, so we have two types. So we do use the app too. So this is our Facebook group, and that's kind of how they enter. And honestly, our Facebook group is where all the action happens. I personally also let go of like the scheduled post, like if you're using like the Beachbody post or whatever, like all the scheduled kind of post. I found that nobody really cared. You know, and it took me a lot of time. And so like, I finally just started asking people, like, does this add value to you? Yes or no? Like we would do like personal development. Like I have tons of really cool 30-day templates I can share with you guys if you want to use them, because we don't use them. Like really thought out stuff, right? But people didn't really care. What they cared about was us coaching them and mentoring them. They cared about the community. They cared about those kind of things. So I kind of let that go, and it's been really good. I don't miss it. And so, and then I missed, you know, prep week. So we have a big Facebook group, and then we have an app group. We have 2 app groups. Everything's ongoing for the entire year. So we have an 80-day specific app group right now. We don't start and stop it. People of all phases are in there right now, okay? And then the other app group is what we just call our foundational boot camp. So if people are joining in without 80 days or they're not doing 80 days, then they get put in that foundational app group. There's no content in there. We don't schedule posts in there. They know that those 2 apps are purely for their accountability and for their shake logging and their sweaty selfies. So in my Facebook group, I don't have a lot of sweaty selfies and holding up your shaker cup, which makes me happy, because if you've been a coach for a while, you get tired of that. That all happens in the app, and some people choose to share it publicly and some people don't, but they know that I check the app for accountability twice a week. And if they want me to hold them accountable on their journey, they must log into the app. So I log into the coach portal, I see who's logged workouts, and then I send them a message. I don't generally send a message from the app, because I hate email, and it replies via email or text, and I hate email. So I just usually pull it up, and then I also have Messenger, and I communicate with them that way. So that's kind of how we do that. So all my coaches are admins. You can max out at admin. So, but a lot of them are admins, so they can add people. If coaches aren't actively adding people, then they're not admin. So we may have to create another like group version of that at some point. So that's something that we're just starting to run into. So, so that's kind of how we do that. And then, so the actual legacy project community group is where more people share, you know, struggles, real life stuff. We have a lot of fun in there. Like, I mean, I do like prizes and stuff like that, but not like fitness focused. Like we just talk about girl stuff and I don't know, all this kind of stuff. We also have a separate legacy project man cave, where all the husbands are and or any man challengers that we have. And that's something new that we did this year and has been a big game changer, because a lot of women don't have that husband support in the beginning. But I always say women are the influencer. So like if you're like me, like my husband thought I was stupid at first and didn't join in, and it took him a long time. But once he sat on the couch and watched me work out every night, he eventually started doing it too. And so I always tell women that. So we have like a man cave group where the men go if they want to, and they can join that at any time. So we keep them separate because we want our women's group to be super comfortable so it's a really close-knit group. Even though it's 600 people in there, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so like such a close-knit group that has come together, and women are super vulnerable in there, and they share, you know, their transformation photos and things like that. Things that I used to beg people to share with me, they share in there. And it's just because it's community, because they see other women opening up and doing it. They see other women sharing their struggles and overcoming them. And so it's just like everybody's cheering people on. And so it's really good too for launches and stuff like bars. We killed it with bars last Friday because we have so many people in there, and I got to try them at new leaders. I've been talking about them. And so getting everyone, you know, on board, we took pre-orders and just, you know, because again, everybody's in that group. So if somebody has a bar, like, what are you eating? What is that? You know, like, I don't know, like I share my favorite leggings, like, and everybody's like, where's the link? Come with the leggings. We also create community through like we're weird, but we have headbands. And so every new challenger that joins in with us in our community, they all get a headband and they get a Legacy Project sticker in the mail. And so they get really pumped up. Like everybody's like, I'm officially part of the crew when I wear my headband. So Ever Sweaty Selfie has on one of our crazy headbands. And so just stuff like that, or like, again, making people really feel like they're a part of the community. It really encourages them to open up. And so that's what we do. One of us usually pops in live a lot, but it's not scheduled. You know, it's just very much like, I'll be honest, I got to the point in coaching where I hated challenge groups. They seemed super repetitive and wasn't super fun. It was my least favorite thing to check into. But now my community is like my favorite place to like spend time online. And so we just had to create that, you know, and it took time. And, you know, there's a little pushback. And every now and then I'll have somebody that says, like, the group's super overwhelming for me, or whatever. And, like, that's okay. You just have to know, like, there's no way to please the world. And so, you know, I just encourage them, like, that's fine. You know, you can remove yourself if you like, but that's where all the action has. Like, I'm still going to coach you either way. You know, and there is, like, most people aren't empowered by it, but then you always have people that compare their journey, you know, to others. So there's good and bad. But again, I really talk about personal development. I share YouTube personal development videos and stuff all the time and really encourage people. You can get to your healthy weight, but if you haven't changed your mind, you're still going to be the same unhappy person looking at a skinnier version of yourself. So I just really, really encourage that. And so that helps. Was there anything I didn't answer there?
No, that's awesome. I love it.
I have a question. I have a question really quick, kind of piggybacking on the challenge group thing. In your challenge groups, do you require your challengers to like stay on Shakeology or Performance Line? Do you bring in anyone who like enrolls with All Access BOD versus a challenge pack? Do you guys have any kind of like
yes. So I don't. Okay, here's my opinion on it. Not that my opinion is right or wrong. But when I started coaching, when I started my fitness journey, I did not buy from a coach, or did I even buy at all. I found the 21 Day Fix on Pinterest. I was too cheap to buy it. I figured out the measurements on my own, and I Googled and Googled until I found some girl on YouTube. Her name is Tanya, and I need to find her and thank her. But she had recorded herself doing the 21 Day Fix videos. I found the calendar online or on Pinterest somewhere, and I literally did a whole first round of the 21 Day Fix using all of the above, watching Tanya doing all of it. I was a huge skeptic, guys, like huge, and so I didn't even buy it. And my coach came across my social media newsfeed after my first end of the round of 21 Day Fix. I told nobody I was doing this. I hated social media, guys. I had 300 Facebook friends. I was the meanest, most bitter person ever. In my defense, I had lost my dad to cancer the month prior, and I was in a really dark place. And so my coach, that's now my coach, came across my social media newsfeed talking about she had a accountability group for women, and she's talking about the 21 Day Fix. Of course, I was doing it, so I reached out to her. She tried to get me to buy stuff. I was like, no. I already have it, kind of. And she luckily let me in her group. So I have a totally different opinion on that. To me, my best coaches were the biggest skeptics. So I love the skeptic. I love when someone tells me no. I love when someone questions it. I don't back down. I'm like, game on, girl. I was you. And so that's how I approach people like that. So because, again, that was me. So no, I let people in. I eventually bought 21 that back in DVD land. I wanted to do 21 Day Fix Extreme. She talked to me about Shakeology. I told her to shut up a million times. Like, I don't want to hear about it. Stupid, blah, blah. I'm too good for that. Finally, I had researched it enough on my own, and me and my husband were drinking like GNC lean stuff, and I like looked at the ingredients, and I'm like, this is crap. This is good. So I told my husband, I'm going to buy these 21 Day Fix Extreme DVDs with Shakeology. He was like, that's too expensive and it's stupid. I'm like, yes, you're right. It probably is stupid. Good thing is, though, we can drink the whole bag and send it back. So it'd be fine. Like, we don't want to do that. And so, but she was like, I'm going to sign you up for the discount in case you want to buy more. I'm like, okay, girl, that's fine. But just know it's probably going to go back. So, you know, but obviously I loved it. I had no intention to coach. She talked to me about it. She didn't really pressure me to coach. I literally started my coaching journey because I was also going through a faith journey, and I really literally felt like God was nudging me to share my story because I realized a gift that I had and that this had helped me to change my life. This community was helping me to change my life, and that other moms really needed a way to get healthy and happy again. And so I felt just one day I shared a little bit of it on social media. Luckily, a few people trusted me first on, and I fell in love with it. So I don't require Shakeology and or supplements in the group. I will say with that though, that like 90% of people are on it because we're all so convicted in what it has done for us. I don't have time to monitor that. I can't micromanage. My life's too busy. So, and I'm not about kicking people out of anything. I don't want them to be on Shakeology or supplements because I'm pushing it down their throat. I want them to be on it because they also love it and believe in it too. So the power of the community is that most people are doing it. So those that aren't want to do it. People occasionally ask questions. Can you just, can you really tell a difference in Recover? And then you'll have people like, oh gosh, yes, So it's not just coaches, like people are actually feeling the difference. And so that's the power of what it is. So yeah, I see coaches in the network do that. And like, that's fine. That works for them, but it's just not my thing. Thanks for the love, guys.
I love that. Anybody else have questions before we start wrapping it up?
I think the one other question you asked me I didn't answer was, do we like create dates for and we do. We do, but like, let's be honest, we never turn people away, right? It's just all about the social media hype. But we do, the third Monday of every month is when we say that we're starting a new, mentorship, a new wave of challengers. And we do really try to do that. It's like we are starting a group or a 80-day wave on Monday. And so we will have a Zoom call offered to them on Thursday night, where we'll like talk about basics and stuff like that. We just started doing that this year and it's been good for 80-day. So we'll do that with them. If I have somebody that's doing foundational or something like that, they're more than welcome to jump into, but it's really kind of geared towards 80-day. And so that's how we kind of do it. Everything is ongoing though, so nothing.
That's awesome. I feel like our teams are like sister teams. Like the way, I'm sitting here looking at Logan's face too. So Logan that asked you the question, she's been one of the ones that's been with me the longest. And I feel like a lot of our mindset is very similar to what you're talking about. And so it's kind of reassuring, I think, even to hear it coming from another team who is also very successful. So I love it. And I love the ideas that you're using in your ongoing group too. And empowering those coaches that are really challengers, but let's empower them as coaches to move forward.
Right. They're already doing everything. Again, coaching's simple. They're already doing everything. So helping them to believe in themselves. That's the thing. And one of my coaches, she just did a call for Barbie Collab on this. And, when you're talking to new people and when you're talking to your own challengers, like people are skeptics and people don't believe in themselves, and you have to believe in them before they believe in themselves, and you have to fight for them. Yeah. Like when people tell you no, or that they're not interested, or they think they don't have enough time, like you have to fight for them because like the gift again. Coaching's a gift too. Like what you have to offer them and that it can change their life. So don't like take people's no for face value. Of course, meet them where they are. But if you're coming from a genuine place, like I send a lot of voice memos, people hear the passion in my voice. And I always will tell them like, hey, I'm about to speak some truth to you, but know that it's coming from my heart because I'm really passionate about what I'm about to share with you. And so people really appreciate that. And so again, you'll attract those that appreciate that. If they don't appreciate it, then they're just not my people, and that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Okay. I didn't see any hands. Anybody have? Okay.
I have a quick question with Clean Week. Do you guys advertise for Clean Week at all, or use that as sort of like a step down if they're not quite ready to go all in with the challenge pack? And do you do a separate group for that? Do you just keep like add those to that group?
Yeah, I have, I didn't mention this. We do have an ongoing free group. Also, that's team wide. We have over 1,000 people in there. We started that just at the beginning of this year too. And what we do basically in that is, again, we all share the responsibility. So 1 week out of the month, we kind of do a theme in there where we just bring them free information, right? So we've done, this year we've done like a meal prep and planning group where we like did live videos and we like gave them some resources and stuff, and we broke it all down for them. We have done Clean Week one week, and we did like a mindset group another week. So we usually do that like the first week of the month. And so we just like, our goal in there is just to bring value. We don't like pour beach right down their throats. We just bring value to them. And then we kind of sprinkle it in, and like I'll do like polls at the top of the page sometimes and ask people like, you know, like with the bars, I mean, I asked, like, would you guys be interested in a taste tester group where we give you guys workouts and you taste test these new bars or whatever? That's what we're doing now. And we had everybody say yeah. So when your coaches say they don't have anybody to talk to, like when people turn them down or they say no and they've been through the whole thing, like our goal is to never leave them without something. We told you we were here to help you, so I'm not going to go back on that word. I'm not going to let finances hold you back, you know, or hold me back from helping you. So this is the ways I can help you, you know, and we break it all down for BOD, you know, all the way to the $40, you know, in the free trial. Clean Week, offer them Clean Week, put them in education station. And after we like do the whole week, somebody will download them all and put the playlist on YouTube. And so then we have all those live videos on YouTube, and we like put them into the files of the group. So when I have somebody that has struggling with meal prepping and planning, I have a whole like week of live stuff about that. And I just like, here's the YouTube playlist. This can maybe help you. So we just really like utilize each other, and a leader on my team, we just take turns like kind of leading that. So we do that. Honestly, we could utilize Clean Week and stuff like that more. But honestly, we've been so busy with new challengers that we haven't poured into that free group as much as we would like or want to. And we just talked about that recently, but I don't really know any way around it right now. It's a good problem to have, I guess. So it's just kind of there. But it's nice because we can dip into it. You know, those people are your hottest leads, right? Like, you know, those people are the most interested. So you always have those people to go back to talk to and invite into the next level. Does that help?
Yeah, it does. So we are doing Clean Week every month now, but it's always one of those things, just let's see how it goes for a couple months, and then let's evaluate and move forward, and, you know, might have to make changes, just like you said. But anyway, I love hearing you talk, and I can hear your passion and see your passion, and it's just I'm so excited for you and your team. And how many is this, your first week, Bill's first week in qualifying, or are you
so Thursday we'll start our second week. So awesome. Exciting.
So you're gonna you're not going to Mexico?
No, I've never been on a Success Club trip. I've earned them every year, never been. But we did book the cruise next year. We already booked it. So we're going to do that next year. But no, actually, when do you guys leave for Mexico? This weekend?
Next Thursday.
So I leave next Friday. Me and my husband are going on an anniversary cruise.
That's right.
At the same time. So, but yeah. So yeah, you guys have fun in Mexico.
We will. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your night. I know it's busy and it was a work day for you, but I really appreciate it. And I think our team is going to take away a lot of great information to pay forward to their coaches that maybe weren't on here and our challengers. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could come chat, you guys.
I know.
So you guys, good luck. Keep rocking it.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Talk to you later.